Okay, so we're just going to take, and again, this is not an accurate measurement. He wants just to be able to get 4 different positions on the wheel. So we'll just take a pair of veneers, measure our distance here. We're looking at 350. So divide that by 3. No, we need 4 holes. We need 4 holes. So that would be, so 2 inches. We could actually do 2 inches because we're never going to go to the center. So let's just take it to 2 and see what we got. That's probably more than he wants. Yeah, let's just go ahead and do 2 inches. There's 2, and then we can divide that by 4, which would be a 1/2 inch under. And another 1/2 inch under. And another 1/2 inch. So that gives us 4 positions that we can put this this at. And I'm thinking it might be better to move everything out just a bit. And let's put that hole out at the very tip as far as possible. So let's go a 1/4 inch from that. That's 300. And there's 250. There's our mark. And so now we go to 1/2 inch from that, so that'll be 750. And then we go 1/2 inch from that, where that would be 1 and 250. And then 2 and 250. Oops, no, 1 and 7/8, or 1 and 750. Yeah, that's better. We'll just drop a little straight edge in here. Okay, so we're going to put a center punch right in here. That looks pretty good. And one there. And one there. And one out at the very tip here. We'll go ahead and center drill this. We're going to have to bring our table up a little bit to do that. Okay. All right, well, it just bottomed out, so we'll get to come up just a little bit higher. Pretty good. Now we can come back down. Alright, so we'll just drill a few holes. And this hole got just a little bit off, so I'm going to just bend the piece a little bit to get my center to reset. There we go. And of course get it over the open space. And once again, bring it up. There's one. Two. And we got to get outside of the three, and number 4. All right, that's good. Now we'll come in and counter those. Just do it up in the air here. There we go. Got rid of all the rough edges. Gave it a little bit of a countersink. Now, if you look at what we've got here, our bolt's going to fit in there, and it just barely fits through, which is perfect. Now, as this swings around, it's going to hit our bolt. So we've got to trim this thing down a bit in order to get that to sit just right. That'll be the next part. Okay, so we're going to make room for the clevis, and it's not here. Oh, here it is. To go around the rotation without hitting the nut and the bolt itself too. So we just have to take, probably we just have to take the bolt off and a little bit of the nut, and I think we're in pretty good shape. And we're going to speed this up because we don't need it to go slow any longer. Just kind of whittling our way down here. This actually might be enough. We'll take another pass or two. Okay, so we're going to rotate around. Well, I don't know. It misses, but just barely. So I think we'll take 2 or 3 more passes just to be sure. That looks good. Let's go to the closest one because that's where it's going to actually hit the pin. No, we've cleared it by, oh, 1/16. So we're good. Alrighty. Oh, I want to clear out that center hole a little bit. There we go. And we've got some pretty sharp edges right along in here, so we've got to come in with a file and clean those up just so nobody cuts themselves. Other than that, oh, and sharp edges out here, so that won't be a problem. And other than that, this piece is done. Okay, what we've got is, and I'm not sure how we're going to lay this out, but I know what we need. And that is we need an entire thing to be less than 14 inches. And then our swing wants to be, I can't remember what it said here. It says, okay, somewhere here. The swing was something like 5 inches. Oh, there we go. And so what I've done is I put a little bolt on the end of my tape here and drop this down on there so it'll stay, somewhat in place. Now I can rotate this and see what my measurements are, and I'm exactly at 7 inches right there. And then as I come back, I'll be at 2 inches. So that's about a 5-inch swing, which is what he wanted. And now what I have to do is I have to come in and do a cross piece that goes all the way across to the other side, this piece being here. So something like, let's see if we can do this. Something like this. And I already cut a small piece of strap because we don't really need much else. Tighten this up on the strap. We've come up with a different plan, and I think a better one. And really what we're going to do is use an entire piece of strap and have it go back and forth. And catch, there it is. And this will give us, it'll be in runners, and so then it'll go around because the wheel will be rotating it back and forth. So it'll stay straight and the wheel will rotate. So that's pretty good. And I got a piece of plastic, and we're going to cut a strip out of it on the table saw. And then I'll probably throw it in the mill and mill a groove out of the interior so that my strap, and here's another piece of strap like it, my strap can kind of sit down inside of it, and I'll have a bottom and a top, and it'll grip it, and it'll keep it from making a bunch of noise when the thing goes back and forth. Because if you put this on metal and slide it back and forth, it'll make a bit of noise. Whereas with this, I mean, you know, it'll make actually less noise than that, and put a little bit of oil on that and you're in good shape. So so we'll go ahead and do that. I'm going to cut my piece of plastic. This is, I think, Delron. I'm not sure. Anyhow, cut my piece of plastic and then go ahead and mill it. And we'll be back. It's the next morning, and we've taken our Delron strip and we've cut it into 4 pieces. And what we're going to do is go ahead and run a groove down the center of this Delron so that our piece of strapping can slide back and forth through the Delron, and it'll be a quiet ride. So we're set up here. We're ready to move forward. We've got everything buttoned up nice and snug. So what we want to do first is we want to touch off, figure out where our, I'm going to move back just a little bit here. Figure out where our 0 is. Okay. We also want to go slower. That's better. Come on back over so we can touch. And then just come on up until we find 0. And then we want to go 50 thousandths down from there. There's 50. There we go. We got a good travel going. What I'm doing is I'm going right down the center of it, and then I'm going to come back and catch each edge as so I get a nice crisp edge going. All right, we got ourselves a nice slide going there. Very smooth, very easy, a little bit of slop, and just enough to keep everything even, but giving it lots of movement. So we'll go ahead and do the other two, which we will give you a break and not have to film it. And we'll be back.